Thank you, Claire. Beautiful. Good morning. I'm Reverend Kathy. Welcome to Unity North Spiritual Center here in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Whether you are with us in person or whether you're with us on Zoom, we're glad you're here. We are an inclusive community. We welcome and accept all people. So whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path, you're always welcome at Unity. We're glad you're with us. And we're also part of a greater worldwide unity movement. We are the publishers of the Daily Word magazine, and we've been holding 135 years of prayer vigil through Silent Unity, the prayer ministry of the Unity movement. So prayer is the heart and soul of unity. And always after service on Sunday, for the first hour or so, we provide a prayer chaplain who is available to pray with you. And our chaplain today is John. He's waving. Hi, John. And his number is on the chat, and in announcements you'll see it as well. And we'll repeat it again. So you can give him a call, and he's online, so you can give him a call. And if he doesn't answer, just leave your number. He'll call you back for that first hour or so. And just take that opportunity. It's always wonderful to pray with someone. If you don't have any personal needs, certainly the world can use some extra prayers. So thank you, John. And our team today is Chris and Tracy on sound and PowerPoint. Our worship assistant today is Nola Bean. And we missed last month, but we're so happy to have you back, Claire Vanderkramert. All right, and now let's take a moment and speak our vision and mission statements. Together, centered in prayer, we create for all a world of love, harmony, and abundance. And our mission is celebrating spirit, exploring truths, awakening hearts, inspiring dreams, serving community. And just note the values at the bottom. Those are our core foundational beliefs here at Unity North. All right, and with that, I invite you to stand for our opening song.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One tie that binds us can't be undone. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice united, love be the one. I choose love. I choose love.
Thank you, Claire. Wonderful way to start out. Put us in the mood for love. Hello, I'm Noel Labine. I'll be your worship assistant today. This is the time in our service when we welcome everyone and greet one another. So let us all take a minute now and wave to each other, and also wave to the Zoom. Look on the, you can tell where you should wave if they can see you or not on that. So sometimes it's the back screen, but usually it's the one up here, the camera. And yeah, it's nice to see some people we haven't seen in a little while. And hi, Allison. It's always good to have people come back and enjoy our service with us. So if you're in the audience and you have any questions or concerns, please talk to me or Reverend Kathy or one of the ushers after service. And if you're on Zoom, you can write on the chat box, and the questions will be confidential. Nobody will see them except the office staff. And so know that you're safe that way. So we welcome you again. It's our delight to have all of you with us today. So this is the time in the service when we do prayer request. So let us take a moment to prepare for prayer. Let's breathe. First of all, breathe in any peace, joy, and love you can imagine. And then as you breathe out, release any stress, worry, and fear. Once more. In, peace and love. Exhale. Stress, worry, fear, doubt, lack, any of those negative things. Just let that go. So instead of saying our request aloud, we invite you to speak a name or prayer request silently in the sanctuary or aloud in the privacy of your home. And hold these requests in silence. And Kathy, you have a special prayer?
Yes, I'd like to add prayers for Kay, for improved health, for her health and wholeness, and additional help that she needs, perfect divine order in arranging that help. And we just send extra prayers for our country and for the world, blessings of peace.
So we give thanks in advance for answered prayers, and we thank the divine, compassionate Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Please stay centered for the daily word. The daily word for Sunday, November 2nd is remembrance. I cherish the memories of my loved ones. Today I remember life is eternal as I honor my dear ones who have passed. I send love and light to those who've enriched my life. My heart beams with love and gratitude as I cherish the memories I hold so dearly. I honor and reflect on the relationships that have meant so much to me. I open my heart, allowing myself to feel the tenderness of my emotions. I sense my relatives' love, a reminder their presence is alive in my heart. I visit my memories in the stillness, grateful for the time we spent together. My beloved's love, wisdom, and strength are in me. As I remember these special ones, their memory will be a blessing that transcends time and space. And from Luke chapter 22, verse 19, then he took a loaf of bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And now Claire will play a song to prepare us for meditation.
I am sitting in this circle, my heart open wide, surrounded by the ones I love, protected on all sides. Breathing out, breathing in, holding all that's fine. Though the world around me spins sit without a sound. In the silence we will find love and light abound. Breathing out, breathing in, holding all that's fine. Though the world around me spins, I center on this time. And I am sitting in this circle, my heart open wide, surrounded by the ones I love, protected on all sides. Surrounded by the ones I love, protected on all sides.
So I invite you to sit back and close your eyes if you haven't already. Find a comfortable position, uncrossing your arms and legs as you open up to that energy of meditation. Allow yourself to take several deep breaths. And as you do, feel that wave of relaxation move throughout your body. Saying to yourself, I am completely and fully relaxed. Now I invite you to center yourself in your heart, the heart chakra. And as we focused on our loved ones who passed, in our daily word today, let us take a moment and focus on our loved ones who are present with us on this side. Those people who love and support us each day, and those who we may not see as often, but we still feel their love and support. Family and friends, loved ones, spiritual community. And we just feel that love in our heart. And we remember ourselves in the mix. We send love to ourselves as well. And now let's take a moment and send that love out to our state, the state of Minnesota. Feel that love going to every part of this state. And now expand it throughout the country, going beyond red and blue to one whole country, one people, the United States of America. And we send the blessings to all of the places that we may feel need our help, our prayers. And we send blessings collectively to all. Sending that directly from our hearts. And now let's expand that love beyond to the troubled spots of the world. What we feel, those spots we feel need extra prayers. We can send angels while we're at it. And now let's expand that love to all places around the globe. And to the earth itself, the environment of earth, the ecology of earth. And now we take a moment and just go deeper into the silence, sending that love out to the far reaches of the universe. Now we align ourselves with the great universal heart, knowing that we are in rhythm and harmony with it, aligned with it in all ways. We begin to come back from the far reaches of the universe, back to our world, back to our country, to our state, and back into this sanctuary, into our bodies. And we send that love and energy throughout our bodies and center once again in our hearts. And we say, thank you, God, for the love that is everywhere present, that we can always access in a moment when we need it. And so we feel this love today, and we send it before us as it makes safe and successful our way in whatever we do this day. Blessing each person that we meet. And so for that love, we say thank you, God, and so it is. Amen.
With great love, great things are possible. With great love, we can transform the world. And if you and I will be the change we want to see, our great love will set us free. With great love, great things are possible. With great love, we can transform the world. And if you and I will be the love we want to see, our great love will set us free. We are ready for peace. We are ready to forgive. We are ready for truth and justice. possible. With great love, we can transform the world. And if you and I will be the change we want to see, our great love will set us free. If you and I will be the love we want to see, this great love will set us free.
Thank you, Claire. Well, a visiting minister spoke about temperance at a church, and he was on fire, and he said, it started out, if I had all the beer in the world, I would take it and I would throw it in the river. And then he went on, and if I had all of the wine in the world, I would take it and I would go down and throw it in the river. He kept building up higher and higher. And if I had all the whiskey in the world, I would take it and I would go throw it in the river. And then with that, he sat down, finished his sermon, and the choir director got up, looked at everybody and said, please turn to the hymn today, Shall We Gather at the River? Sorry, that joke has absolutely nothing to do with the lesson today. Well, we are in the 5th week of a 5-week series, and if you haven't been with us, each lesson stands on its own. The series is The Magical Power of Story, and the final lesson today is called Creating a New Story. So beautiful Cassandra was the youngest daughter of the last king of Troy. The god Apollo fell in love with her, but she refused him. And to win her affections, he made a proposal. If she agreed to love him, he would give her the gift of prophecy. So Cassandra accepted the bargain, and she was graced with the ability to see the future. But alas, she could not bring herself to love Apollo. And Apollo was filled with outrage. Though Cassandra's gift could not be taken back, the god revenged himself in a most cruel way imaginable. He begged her for a single kiss, and she consented. When their lips touched, Apollo breathed into Cassandra's mouth in such a way that no one would ever believe her prophecies. Cassandra was thus doomed to a life of despair. She could see the dangers threatening others, but she could not prevent them. Cassandra warned the Trojans that the Greeks were about to attack, and she cried out to warn them that soldiers were hidden inside the Trojan horse. But her warnings went unheeded. Troy collapsed under the Greek onslaught. Captured, she was taken back to Greece. Her reputation as a seer came with her, as did Apollo's curse. What do you know about the future? They taunted her. She foretold a palace murder and her own death, and that both would happen before sundown. The Greeks scoffed. Before the end of the day, everything came to pass exactly as Cassandra had foreseen. So in the long run, we can say perhaps it was all for the good. Why? Because many of us can continue to learn from her story. Consultant and author Alan Atkinson said, "To understand that humanity is on a collision course with the laws of nature is to be stuck in Cassandra's dilemma. One may be able to see the most likely outcome of current trends. One can warn people about what is happening and underscore the need for a change in course. Some people can understand, and a few may even believe it and try to take action, but often the vast majority cannot or will not respond. So the Cassandras in this case may be laughed at if it ends up being false. They may be called incompetent prophets, or if it all comes to pass, they could even be blamed. Certainly the worst and most painful outcome for any Cassandra is to be proven right. So this is an interesting myth that lives in our world today. The prophecies began with a few lone voices, Rachel Carson in her book Silent Spring, for example, and that was before there was an ecology movement. Now today, the ecological movement is worldwide and includes lobbying for greater environmental protection to the point of becoming a threat to those politically who scoff at Cassandra's dilemma. So it is time to create a new story. As I said, today's the last Sunday of this 5-week series in which we've been exploring the magical power of myth and how it impacts us personally and collectively. Mythology is a belief system, a paradigm or worldview created by personal and collective stories, thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. And the word myth does not mean strictly a falsehood. It may or may not be factual, but it always tells some truth. Like a metaphor, we can call it an earthly story with a heavenly meaning. So today's lesson is taken in part from my own book, The Unorthodox Life. Cassandra's dilemma is a myth that most likely did not happen, but it conveys a truth that we can relate to in our world today. Mythologists like Joseph Campbell have said that we must create a new mythology. Our world is now changing so fast that many of the old myths and stories are becoming irrelevant and can no longer serve to guide us. We find ourselves in new territory in a changing world, which is becoming smaller all the time. We now know what the mystics have told us from the beginning, that we are all one, interconnected in a great web of life. Our new mythology must take into account the fact that we are all parts of the same spaceship Earth. And yet our country and much of the world is polarized and does not all feel that oneness. What can we do to create new stories or myths? In a community, to change a myth, for example, there must be strong leadership at the helm, and those at the helm are willing to hold a positive vision and stay on course amidst the outer facts, so to speak. So transformative change is threefold. 1, it comes from a state of being. 2, a positive story or myth. And 3, from taking loving action to help. So let me give you an example of a state of being. Number 1, a pioneering nurse named Carol Montgomery, who's associated with the University of Colorado, did some research. She wanted to find out how deeply caring nurses remained healthy while maintaining close relationships with the patients they served. Carol knew that caregivers had been taught and lived by the promise that they were supposed to care deeply for their clients while not getting too involved because of the very real potential of burnout. So in interviewing those nurses who had a reputation for being seasoned experts at caring, she discovered they did nothing in particular that was caring. It was their genuine sense of presence, of being rather than doing, which established a deep bond between nurse and patient. By letting this be the form of interaction, the nurses found themselves uplifted and nurtured with an expanded ability to tap into energy, love, and wisdom. They did not find themselves depleted or burned out by their deep, caring, close relationship. So as we cultivate that kind of presence or being through spiritual practice, through prayer and meditation, deepening our relationship with Spirit, then we change our own stories and also help the community myth. It said, we do not heal others by what we do, but by who we are. Children were asked, how can you make people feel better about themselves? 8-year-old Reem said, if someone says to me, I feel that no one likes me, I would say, well, I like you, and if the people don't like you, they're not the right people. But the people that think you're special are special. 8-year-old Jacqueline said, well, everyone should have an alarm clock that says nice things to them in the morning when they wake up. So, speaking of that, I sort of flubbed up last night, this daylight savings change. I don't know why. So I use my cell phone. Becky, my friend across the hall, uses a clock. So I was sure to remind her, and I said, remember to fall forward. I was tired. We had a big party, yes. And yeah, so turn your clock forward, and I turned mine forward, my 2 forward, and then I knew my phone would be right. So I set my alarm for 7, and when I came out in the morning, looked first thing at my 2 clocks on the stove, it said 9 a.m., and I went, oh my God. I was freaking out. I had to leave in 20 minutes,
At least you had a good sleep.
And I pulled out my cell phone. I was 2 hours late, so I called Becky and said, I'm sorry. Anyway, good thing it wasn't spring. So transformative change includes 1, cultivating a state of being, and 2, affirming a positive story or myth. We cannot just go into our family reunions or our community circles and say, now listen up. We're going to start telling ourselves positive news stories. We will just forget about the abuse in the family or the community and move on. We wish. Well, in creating a new story, we do not ignore the problem or pretend it does not exist. We face it, and then we invoke and affirm a more positive story. Myrtle Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, is my great role model for this idea. She was dying of tuberculosis, but she heard the words, you are a child of God, and therefore you do not inherit sickness. And she held on to that new story. It was a greater, more positive truth than the old one that said she had inherited her disease. She went into the diseased parts and faced them. Then she sent them love and strength and energy and power to all of the organs of her body each day. If she had been in denial, she would not have done that. She would have pretended there was no problem. So going into a troubled community or a troubled country, troubled family, one would not deny the effects of the past history. That must be faced, even while the new story, the new vision is being spoken and acted out. And the new story must allow people to understand that even the past history has been part of the healing journey. So too, each of us create a new story in our own lives by facing the problem, the challenge, or whatever it is, and affirming a new story, a new myth, by continuing to see the positive vision with faith. Speaking of new myths, I went searching to see if there are any new myths out there in our world about America now. And some are beginning to appear. And here is an imagined, uplifting myth about America's future, focusing on unity, regeneration, and active interdependence. It's not very long. The myth of the great weaving, it's called. In the deep future, after the time known as the Great Fracture, a new myth emerged to guide the people of the American continent, now known as the Kinfolk Lands. This is the myth of the great weaving and the spirit e pluribus unum. The myth tells that in the ancient past, the people lived under the myth of the self-made Titan and the endless frontier, which taught then rugged individualism and constant expansion. These myths brought great power and innovation, but eventually led to isolation, conflict, and a landscape scarred by division and environmental neglect. The land and the people grew tired, leading to the Great Fracture, a time when the very fabric of society seemed to rip apart. But even in the darkest times, the wise ones say, the spirit of e pluribus unum, out of many one, remained, not as a command, but as a potential waiting to be realized. It manifested in small, quiet acts of community, neighbors sharing seeds, towns mending the local creek, strangers offering aid without expectation of reward. The turning point came with the appearance of the weavers, ordinary people who began to see the invisible threads connecting all things, human, animal, and earth. They realized the old myths were incomplete. True strength did not come from self-reliance alone, but from active interdependence and mutual support. The weavers taught the people the dance of the strands. This was not a physical dance, but a practice of communal living. The first strand, the past, acknowledging the broken threads of history, the pain of division, and harm done to the land. The second strand, the present, recognizing the unique strengths, skills, and perspectives of every diverse community, the vibrant colors of the kinfolk lands. The third strand, the future, intentionally linking these diverse strands with threads of shared responsibility and collective purpose, creating a strong new fabric for their society. The core of the myth is the belief that the future is not a predetermined destination, but a collaborative creation. Every day, the people practice the great weaving. They build circular, self-sustaining cities integrated with nature, powered by ingenious and efficient energy sources. They replace the idea of the pursuit of happiness as a personal quest for material gain with the pursuit of the beloved community, a shared spiritual journey toward wisdom and love. The myth promises that as long as the people actively tend to the great weaving, mending tears with empathy, and strengthening weak spots with cooperation, the kinfolk lands will flourish as a resilient, vibrant, and ever-evolving testament to unity in diversity. The old frontier, once a place of endless taking, has been replaced by an endless potential for giving and creating a more perfect union. So I think that's a powerful new myth. Yeah. A better focus for us than the current upheaval occurring. It does not mean we ignore what's happening, but it means we continue to hold another vision, another positive vision. The third step in transforming our mythology is taking loving action to help. After lecturing her 6-year-old on the golden rule, the mother concluded, "Always remember we are in this world to help others." And the little girl mulled this over for a minute and then asked, "What are the others here for?" Well, Myrtle Fillmore healed herself, but she did not stop there. She asked God what she could do, and she began to pray with people, and they were healed also. It was her gift. And she went on to help create what today is the Unity Movement. It's amazing how one person expressing a spiritual presence or state of being can affect the whole, and especially as we begin to serve and help others beyond ourselves. The late Rosemary Fillmore Ray, who is the granddaughter of Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, in her beautiful memoir, carried on the tradition. She said, "The old paradigms will not work in a changing universe. The challenges facing our world today cannot be solved in the same consciousness in which they have been created. Life is demanding that we think in higher categories. To survive as a human species, we must learn finally and forevermore that violence begets violence, and the eye for an eye mentality, as Gandhi so aptly said, ends in a world of darkness. The urgency of this time calls for a revolution of consciousness. Revolutionary times demand revolutionary thinking. She went on to say, Charles Fillmore was a revolutionary thinker. We forget that sometimes because so many of the things he taught, like the role the mind plays in causing illness and the power of positive thinking, to mention two, are now widely accepted. But in the beginning, he was considered shocking and was often condemned by established religions. He wrote, all reforms must begin with their cause. Their cause is mind, and mind does all its work in the realm of silence, which in reality is the only realm where sound and power go hand in hand. All philosophers and sages have recognized this silent cause, this perpetual outflow from center to circumference. So an important belief in a community is that everyone has something valuable to offer. Some bring enthusiasm, capital, creativity capital, financial capital, love capital, compassion capital, and so on. The wealth that is born can take one's breath away when a community comes together to make a difference. You know, from the time I arrived here almost 6 years ago now, I've been impressed with this ministry's outreach. I've also been impressed by our very high percentage of volunteers. If you're not yet involved that way in the spiritual community, when you feel inclined to ask what you can do, even small actions can make a big difference. And ask what you can do in your own life to take action, to change your stories, then take action on the answers you receive. Children were asked, the biggest challenge of all might be getting people up off their couches to go out and make the world better. Any ideas? 10-year-old Micah said, put spikes on all the couches. So we don't have to be a prophet like Cassandra to see the world is in desperate need of help and a new mythology. We can help this transformative change to manifest in our communities and within ourselves by 1, cultivating a state of being, and 2, affirming a positive story or myth, and 3, taking loving action to help in the ways that we can. In closing this series today, ironically, I'd like to end it with an older story from 1981, about 44 years ago, and many of you will remember it. But we must remember we can always learn a lot from the past, too. Ken Keyes wrote something important for us in his book, The 100th Monkey. He told of a phenomenon observed in the wild. For over a period of 30 years, in 1952, on the island of Kashima, scientists were providing Japanese monkeys with sweet potatoes dropped in the sand. The monkeys liked the taste of the raw sweet potatoes, but they found the dirt unpleasant. An 18-month-old female named Imo found that she could solve the problem by washing the potatoes in a nearby stream. She taught this trick to her mother. Her playmates also learned it this new way, and they taught their mothers too. This cultural innovation was gradually picked up by various monkeys before the eyes of the scientists. Between 1952 and 1958, all the young monkeys learned to wash the sandy sweet potatoes to make them more palatable. Only the adults who imitated their children learned this social improvement. Other adults kept eating the dirty sweet potatoes. Then something startling took place. In the autumn of 1958, a certain number of Kashima monkeys were washing sweet potatoes. The exact number is not known. Let us suppose that when the sun rose one morning, there were 99 monkeys on Kashima Island who had learned to wash their sweet potatoes. Let us further suppose that later that morning, the 100th monkey learned to wash potatoes. Then it happened. By that evening, almost everyone in the tribe was washing sweet potatoes before eating them. The added energy of the 100th monkey somehow created an ideological breakthrough. But notice, the most surprising thing observed by these scientists was that the habit of washing sweet potatoes then spontaneously jumped over the sea. Colonies of monkeys on other islands and the mainland troop of monkeys began washing their sweet potatoes. Thus, when a certain critical number achieves an awareness, this new awareness may be instantly communicated from mind to mind. Although the exact number may vary, the 100th monkey phenomenon means that when only a limited number of people know of a new way, it may remain the consciousness property of these people. But there is a point at which, if only one person more tunes in to a new awareness, a field is strengthened so this awareness suddenly reaches almost everyone. This theory, written so long ago, has since been proven by quantum physics. It is essential for us to know that each one of us makes a difference in birthing a new world, and we could make the difference in creating the critical mass of Christ consciousness, which has been called the second coming, the awakening of all humankind to our divine potential. It therefore becomes urgent that each one of us continues our path of awakening in order to transform and birth a new country and a new world together. May we all find greater miracles and enchantment by creating powerful new stories. Thank you. God bless you.
Slight introduction to this one. It was probably, what year are we in, 2025? Probably about 3 years ago. It was Martin Luther King Day, and I thought, I'm always one of these folks that goes to dictionaries and encyclopedias and Google, and I decided I would listen to his I Have a Dream speech. And wow. Amazing. You should go home and listen. It inspired me so much to create this song. And I also took, as an intro and outro, Dvorak's New World Symphony, the melody from Largo, and wove that in through it. And it's called Peace Will Lead Us Home. I have a dream. We are standing side by side, and we all walk together through a free and peaceful life. And I have a dream. Peace will lead us home, and we will wait to see a new and brilliant dawn. 'Cause somewhere deep inside, what's true and right can't hide. This is why we all journey on. There's a new and bright horizon. Peace will surely guide us have a dream, peace will lead us home. And I have a dream, we are standing hand in hand, and we all walk together through a free and peaceful land. And I have a dream, peace will lead us home. We will wait to see this new and brilliant dawn, and peace will be our guide. Let peace grow deep and wide. Let it ring from mountaintop, thunder, sea to shore. There's a new and bright horizon. Peace will surely guide us. I have a dream we'll finally see. Peace will lead us home. I have a dream we'll finally see. Peace will lead us home.
Wonderful song after that wonderful inspirational message from Reverend Kathy. That was just awesome. Yeah. You know, not only do I feel really inspired, but I got this uncontrollable desire to go home and wash my sweet potatoes. Okay, well, this is the time in the service when we bless our offering. Please join me. Divine love flowing through me now blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. And now Claire will play us a brief offertory song.
And you can join in too. There are the words. My gift goes forth on the wings of love, and it lands where it can heal and bless. It returns to me, multiplied 1,000-fold, as the universe says yes, yes, as the universe says yes.
Thank you, Claire. And now the announcements for today. Prayer chaplain, once again, is John Lippert. There's his phone number, 651-483-3131. Give him a call, and he'll pray with you and make your prayers that much more powerful and meaningful. Healing facilitator today is Nancy Helvig, and there she is. And there's a place to sign up by the Bubbling Buddha. Quickly get in line and do that because she's an awesome healer. Information for the healing team. The healing team would like to know how we can better serve this community. What have you liked about the healing gatherings? Is there anything you would like to see more of or less of? Would you like to experience in future, what would you like to experience in future healing gatherings? Would you like to have this group healing session a few times a year, like we had the last gathering? That was that a month ago we had the healing session? Yeah. So I don't know if those of you that weren't there, you might want to consider joining the next one. I'm not sure when they're going to do that, but they want feedback. So there's a little white box right that enters to the sanctuary. It's by the Buddha in the back hall. Same place when you go sign up for a healing session. Feel free to let any suggestions you have. Okay, right now we have Kathleen Bailey here, who wants to talk to us about something that's not on the written announcements, and I'm sure this will be interesting. And here's Kathleen.
I'm really shy. Y'all believe that, right? Good morning, everybody. I am here to just make an announcement about Family Promise. We are, in the past, we used to host families here in the church. Now we are collecting like what is called hospitality bags. I have a sign up on the blue table in the narthex there for treats and snacks for 4 families. And just a note on there, I forgot to remove a note on there. So please make note of the note to not notice the note. And if y'all follow that, yeah. It said something about like, remember it's for a whole month's supply. I don't expect a whole month of supply for snacks or fruits and things. So just if you could provide snacks and treats, and they're actually quite specific about what they like and their favorite. So, and then there's also an option of buying a gas card for the families as well. So just sign up, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathleen, and we appreciate all the hard work you put into this. The Winter Wonders Holiday Auction has been extended for 1 week. So you still have an opportunity to submit your donations. And so in 1 week or so, then they'll finally go online with it. You can see all the wonderful things that you have a chance to bid on. The auction will start next Sunday, November 9th. So there's a link there to submit your donations online. Just go to our website and you'll see Winter Wonders Holiday Auction. There should be easy to find a place where you can click on that. So all kinds of different things can still be donated. You can provide some of your time. You have a special gift. You could offer that up as something that people would bid on, or it could be something, some special thing, an antique vase or something that's worth $100,000. That would be acceptable. Use your imagination. Come on, you can do it. Baker Square fundraisers tomorrow, November 3rd, between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Support Unity North Spiritual Center by dining at Baker Square in Coon Rapids on Monday. That's tomorrow. Enjoy a delicious meal, or maybe a slice of pie or two. You can take some of that home. You don't have to just eat it there. Baker Square will donate 20% of your bill back to Unity North. We already have a critical mass. All you have to do now is tell them you're with Unity North. So if you stop in there anytime tomorrow, please let them know that you want your presence there, your meal, be part of the Unity North donation effort. So there's different people that'll be meeting there and for lunch, and there'll be some more that'll be meeting there later afternoon for dinner. Just talk it up, and they probably get your own group together, or maybe you might be able to join another group that's already been formed. Anyway, it's a good chance to get together and socialize with the community and also help raise some money. Save the dates. Sunday, November 23rd is Thanksgiving service and volunteer appreciation. So make sure you make note of that. Be a good thing to be here for, especially if you're a volunteer, one of the many volunteers, and if you're not, show up and we'll encourage you to other things you might be able to volunteer for. We want to meet that critical mass. So that was very inspiring. I was thinking about that. There's a number of things that we need a critical mass for. I was at to help out with this fundraiser, or not the fundraiser, but the monthly meal handout that we do here. It was a family table. That's what it's called. Thank you. Yes. We hit a new record. 153 people were served, and it was fun just being part of that. And I hadn't attended that before, and I think it's because I attended. We actually hit a critical mass. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. And Sunday, November 30th, is the holiday potluck. So please sign up. The sheet is in the narthex, and read all those little notes Kathleen was talking about. Okay, at this time, I will we'll do the community affirmation slide. Please join me. Centered in prayerful intention. We give thanks
Thanks
for an overflowing abundance
of
of spiritual awakening, prosperity, new members and children for Unity North Spiritual Center. And now Reverend Kathy will lead us in the prayer for protection.
Thank you, Noel. I just wanted to say one more thing, too. Thank you all who attended the final party yesterday. We had a great time. And I want to thank everybody who helped, especially my co-host, Becky. Fantastic help. And a shout out to Brandy and to Wendy for their extra help. And then there were others who helped at the end, Christine and a number of you, but also for attending. We had a great time. I loved it. It was lots of fun. Okay. So I want to thank our team today, Chris and Tracy, for seamless service. Thank you to Noel and for you and your wonderful humor as always. And thank you, Claire, for your wonderful music and your great songs. Thank you. All right, I invite you to stand for our prayer for protection and our peace song. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth